Hey, my name's Carly, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do you a little card reading this evening. And finally I have some light. Finally we can see that the battery is a bit low. So it's not going to be as long as I want. It's just like living off grid. There's just constantly something that you have to juggle, So we have light, but we don't have that much battery. Or I could do the battery, but we have no light, so I've got a little bit of both. What was I going to say? So I did say that I was going to start doing lives more, but it's just not flowing very well with like everything that's kind of going on. I need to be able to dip in, dip out of the video at the moment, so it'll come eventually, and eventually I'll do some live meditations and messages, and then we can all like join in when it flows. I'm actually boiling. It's boiling in here. Really grateful that it's hot. I love it. Finally got my wood burner in the caravan at last. A few days ago now. What a difference. Yeah, so gonna cleanse the space and see what's going on in the energy. Collectively, so this is a collective message. Take what resonates, because it's going out to a fair few people, which means it may not all resonate with you, but it may all resonate, or none of it might. And if it doesn't resonate, then that's fine too. It's just not for you. So collectively and karmically, there is a lot of karma coming back around at the moment. This is good and bad karma. This is you reap what you sow. So things are doing full circle now. Things are coming back around, and just remembering that God, source, spirit, the angels, universe, whatever words you want to use, sees all, including intentions, and including like your vibration of like if there's any manipulation there as well. And you may be aware or unaware of this too. So yeah, it's like things are starting to balance out, and things are starting to shift and change as well. Really making sure that you're being aware and conscious of yourself. Baby, I have to be a bit quieter. Of yourself, your actions, and what you are kind of doing about your day. So it's like, yeah, and getting that radical like self-awareness and of self, and observing yourself can really help with your path, and making sure that you're not doing things unconsciously, and allowing any unconscious ways or beliefs or stagnant energy or any dense emotions to kind of take over and rule your life. Yeah, let's pull a few cards. I've already said this before. I think I need to do split readings. I need to do collective A and collective B, because whenever I jump on now, I'm really split, because there's a split. We're going into New Earth, and there is a split and a divide at this moment in time. So I need to remember that, because I keep forgetting. And then I come on here and I'm doing this reading, I kind of have to speak to both. And it's quite difficult to do it in one reading. So, noted to myself for the future, think I'm going to do collective A and collective B. Watch me forget I said I'm going to do that and do this again though. It is what it is. So just sage the cards. Cancer within this space. Calling Archangel Michael, guides and team, intending to work from the highest form of love and light. And messages for the collective. Please guide me to what they need to know, what they need to hear. Calling out angels, guides and team, and the divine animal kingdom. And asking Archangel Michael to wrap his wings around us and protect this space and this reading. So it is, so it is, so it is. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, cool. I was only shuffling them. I wasn't actually thinking that the card was going to come out just then. I was just talking to myself. That was supposed to be just a shuffle, but the cards definitely wanted to come out. So we're going to go with that. Just going to shuffle some more cards. Okay, cool, they're all shuffled. So we have 3 cards come out already. The first card you got was this one. Sage of the higher knowledge. You got Kin of the red-tailed hawk. And then you got Nourishment of the soul. Keeping an eye on my baby. Okay, so once again, it's speaking about the healing. So as we're splitting off into 2 collectives for the time being, it's like either one that you're in, it's definitely about the healing. The healing is the way forward. Like, the healing yourself is the only way to, one, get what you want in life. Oh, I think she's awake. She's awake. No. She might drift off again now. Yeah, to get what you want in life, it's about reconnecting with who you really are. It's about connecting with the soul, and it's about connecting with you. There is no other, like, you can do all these other ways that aren't that way, and that's fine. You'll enjoy it up to a certain point, and then it'll be feeling like unfulfilled, not quite happy, dead end, unsatisfied, unworthy, you know, and it may feel like really, really good up to a certain point, and then all of a sudden you kind of hit this brick wall, because it's kind of like, oh. And that's because you may not be fully on your soul's path, and you only kind of end up fully on the soul's path is when you heal yourself. Because when you heal yourself, you are then awakened. So it's like this channel of light, that's you, your soul, pure love, yeah, on your path. You've had, say, pretend you've had no trauma or nothing. Boom, you're there. You're on your path. You know what you're doing. Us as a collective have been through a lot of trauma. Like, I really don't believe that there's anyone watching this that has not been through some sort of trauma. And we may have all been through slightly different, but same on the depth of pains. And if you don't think you have been through trauma, then, and you still have a blockage, maybe you haven't seen it or gone near it properly yet. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's going on. So say that you're the perfect soul that's come in with absolutely no trauma, and you're pure love and light, and you're on the path, boom, enlightenment and like everything coming in, manifestations, the lot. But we have like this channel, and then we have our trauma. Like, look at the shadow in the middle, yeah, like, you see my shadow, the shadow here, like that shadow, light, and then you've got that shadow in the middle. You got your shadow work. That's really cool. So you got your shadow work in the middle, yeah, and look at the blockage it creates, and look at how unclear like my face is now as well. It's like that needs to be cleared, so then you're a pure channel again, so then your path gets shined to you, so then you can walk it, because you may even get to certain places and points that are like your path, but so much smaller than the actual proper path, because it's just showing you inklings of it, and then you have to kind of clear that shadow and clear that healing to be able to allow it to come into full fruition. And that's when sometimes as well the universe will give you little tasters of it to let you know that it's there and it's possible, and then you'll get slammed with something, and it could be an injury, it could be an illness, it could be a disease, it could be losing a loved one, it could be losing your home, it could be all of the above all at once. And it's the universe kind of shaking you around and shaking the ego around, because that shadow there will now have a huge ego around it that, okay, no, I'm alright, I'm good. And that ego will do everything it can to not allow you to look at that shadow, because that shadow is deep and that shadow is painful, and that hurt you, and your ego is like, absolutely not, I'm going to protect you. I think I've said this in my videos before. And what else was I saying? Yeah, so then sometimes it takes the universe to do its thing, to kind of knock you about a bit, to also make you humble as well, and to make you very grateful for the things that you did have, and also show you what can be as well. The universe is very clever, and it is very complex as well. And like I said in my other videos, you've got karma, you've got past lives, you've got manifestations, you've got your soul purpose, you've got your life's path. There's all of this combination all together, and then you got your healing and your traumas and that on top of it. Once you understand this, and once you understand the universe and the way she rolls and the way that she goes, you can do this really well. And then you can actually read everything around you, because there are messages everywhere, everything and everywhere. The micro of the macro, the macro of the micro. It's like you can look at a leaf and do a reading. Do you know what I mean? You don't need cards. And you can look at your life and do a reading. And you can gauge and walk around like a mystic. This is very similar to the other things I keep saying. These messages just keep coming through. It's the same thing. And learning to kind of like understand, the deeper you go into your shadow, the deeper you understand the universe, the deeper you get you, the deeper you get others, because we're all one. So once you understand the dark night of the soul, yeah, which is way more than a night, like I've been doing Dark Night of the Soul for a long time now, and it's not just about me, it's about others as well. And but once you go into that deep dark, the darkest parts of your own psyche and the darkest parts of your own soul, which is a collective thing as well, once you awaken to this, you can then understand and see what's going on around you as well. Like you can get it, and you really get it, and then you get a higher perspective, and then you just get it, and you're just like, ah, okay, all right, I get it. This is lessons and teachings. This is what we come here to do. Like, you're playing that part for me to learn that. You're playing that role. You're playing that role. And we're all doing this for the highest good of all, to actually raise the soul and the consciousness, to elevate everyone in a soul collective consciousness, to raise up into a new earth. And a new earth isn't necessarily like a new place. A new earth is right here, right now. It's you that changes. And as you change and as you let go of the stagnant energy, you can raise up, and we can create heaven on earth. And that heaven has got to start within you. There is no point in looking outside yourself at all of these problems and moaning about them or being a victim. And it's very easy to be a victim when you've been through a lot as well. It's very easy because you actually probably were a complete victim to quite a lot of circumstances. So to not be a victim when you actually were a victim to stuff is quite hard not to do. But once you pull yourself out of that victim mentality, that victimhood, and go, actually, I'm a survivor. Actually, it's made me stronger. Actually, this, and that's not saying that you don't honour the sadness, you don't honour the pain. Like, that's not saying that you shouldn't do that, because we have emotions within us, and emotions is energy in motion, sorry. And if we don't clear it, it can become a disease where your body is in dis-ease and the energy doesn't move, and it can create ailments and problems for you. So you still want to honour it. You want to honour the pain, you want to honour the upset, you want to honour the mistreatment, you want to honour the oh god, what's the word? You want to honour the abandonment, you want to honour the distrust, you want to honour the people that have betrayed you. You want to honour all of it, and you want to feel it, and you want to go into that pain, and you want to feel all of it in baby steps, you know, unless you can handle it like all at once, but in a safe manner. You want to open it up and feel it and cry it out and release it and let it go with dance, crying, screaming, shouting, singing, art, whatever it takes to do it. And then you move past it, and then you become empowered by it, as opposed to being the victim of it. And victimhood can come in very smart and clever ways as well, like getting the ump with others because they're succeeding, carrying on with that addiction that you got. Like, it can be very subtle, victimhood, and it can be very loud as well. But once you are able to kind of get past that and through that, you can start to shift and change as well. And this is not saying that it's like an overnight job. You know, it is a journey. It is a healing journey. I mean, there are healings that you can do which shift stuff very, very quick and very, very deeply. It depends on what you can handle and what you want to do and how you want to address yourself. Because you are your own healer, you are your own shaman. And when you find a healer or a shaman who's done stuff, they are a guide to help you ultimately find you again. Okay, they're obviously very good at what they do if you find the right ones, but ultimately it is to bring you back to you and to empower yourself to know what to do to sort yourself out. Because how would you even know that it's even true or even right or correct if you're just listening to someone else and you don't deal with it yourself? Do you get what I mean? Like if someone just said to you, oh, enlightenment is really good, oh, the healing path is amazing, and you just went, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take that. The end. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Like, going, doing it yourself is where the work is. So, with this, you've got the owl in the card as well. So the owl is all about wisdom. You've got the eagle's feather as well. That's about connecting with spirit. So some of you as well don't believe in spirit and that kind of stuff, which is absolutely fine. But why not go back into your own spirit, you know? I'm sure that you feel like a big spirit around things that you like. So it's like go back that, and that's why going back inside yourself and empowering yourself and finding out the truth yourself. But the truth, you don't want to find out the unhealed truth. See, there's a difference, because you can actually get people that have they're like, I'm healed. I was one of them, and I'm not saying that I'm healed now either. Like, I still have quite a lot to do and I'm dealing with it, but I'm definitely further than what I was. But like at one point I was like, I'm healed, I'm done, you lot should all learn from me, I am healed. Like healed person. Like, yeah, no, I weren't. And what that was I did a modality of healing, and I had a big Pandora's box of shit that I hadn't looked at within me, the shadow, yeah. And I'd done some healing, and the healing wouldn't go near it. And instead of it kind of going and opening it up, and I'm going, oh, that's what it is, it went, the healing just, I weren't ready yet either. I wasn't ready to see what I needed to see. And my healing went like, so there's the shadowy bit, and my healing went, I am healed, and created an extra layer to my ego that was then like a toxic healed person. The ego is very good at tricking you. So it was like, yeah. And the universe has humbled me massively. I have been knocked about like a lot to address this, and I'm still not there yet, but I'm definitely closer than what I was. And yeah, so then you think you're really healed, and then you go and preach, and then it's like you create a whole identity, or your ego does, in a possible spiritual manner, where then you're going about like unconsciously healed. It's like, it's a paradox. And yeah, it's like, it's a biggie, because I see it in quite a few people, and now because I've addressed that particular bit and went, oh dear, okay, I can see it really clearly in others too, and I'm like, oh, I get it, I see it now. Like, I see it, I see you. And yeah, so you gotta be careful with that one. Just making you aware of that one. That's a little fucker, that one. So yeah. So with that healing thing, you could do a healing where it doesn't go anywhere near your trauma, and then just kind of slips off to the side and goes to one of your absolute beliefs that say spirit or whatever isn't real, and then say you have a vision that then says, yeah, that's real, because it's not coming from a fully like in that depth place, and it's just off a bit. This is what I mean, like, understanding yourself, understand thyself, is the most powerful thing that you can do, and it empowers you to the point where you don't need someone else to kind of tell you. Guidance is beautiful, but like to be able to do that yourself, and that's where the owl comes in. And this person's like a beautiful shaman. A lot of people get triggered by that word shaman, but I kind of like it. So, and ultimately it's just like a conscious being that knows how to heal themselves and is very good with whichever medicine they choose, whether that be meditation, breath work, plant, whatever they choose. And yeah, so you've got the heart in this picture as well, and it's sage of the higher knowledge. Once you heal this stuff, once you go there, you have a connection to the higher knowledge, right? You have a connection to all that is. You have a connection to the higher intelligence, but you have to go through that deep healing to be able to be trusted with it. Because if you got given all that knowledge, that higher knowledge, and you got given access to them realms, and you hadn't done the work, and you were coming from like a really greedy, egotistical, manipulative space, that's quite dangerous. And that's why some people will get some gifts and then have them blocked. And as you heal yourself, you get more gifts, spiritual gifts. You get, your gifts awaken more and more. But this is why some people will be honoured it and then be blocked at some point as well, because they are not to be mishandled. They are not to be used without respect and listening to guidance. Because if you are using them silly, then it's not very good for you, it's not very good for the others. So wisdom needs to be used. You need to become it. Then you got the bull with, I don't think it's an eagle, I think it's a hawk. Oh, it is, yeah, it even says that on the writing. There you go. So this is very much the bull is all about strength and power. You've got the full moon there as well, so you can use the power of that. And with the red in this as well, becoming very grounded. The more grounded you are, the higher you can connect with spirit. With that hawk there as well. She actually went back to sleep, which is great. I love her. Everyone's asleep. Both dogs are asleep, baby's asleep. All of our toys there are asleep. It's good. Yeah, so this is Pachacamac. Yeah, nourishment of the soul. Why would you not want to nourish your soul? Like, why? I don't get it. Why would you not want to live to your fullest? Why would you not want to access all this? Why would you not want to nourish your soul? Like, even so, right, at this moment in time, I've got a blockage in my heart, which I'm healing. And it's like quite deep and it's painful. I'm just trying to get the right moment to kind of do it. I've had to take baby steps. But my ultimate goal and my intention is to clear that and to fully nourish my soul. But I've had snippets of like pure bliss and enlightenment and like moments like where I've healed, and it's beautiful. So I suppose if you haven't experienced little snippets of that, then it's kind of hard to want to work towards something you haven't felt yet. So take my word for it, it's beautiful. Like, it's very it is beautiful. It's ecstasy. Like, it's pure love. Like, if you can imagine like the best that you've ever felt, like with like just a really loving vibe. And then once you clear all this stuff and get into that space, you can just have that all the time. And then like you just kind of heal as you go once you've cleared that. It's about connecting back with earth. It's about remembering that we are earth, that we are nature, and that all of these extra things that we have, like, I know you're watching me on the phone or device or whatever, but it's like ultimately we don't need all this stuff. And the biggest connection that we have is with earth and the animals, nature and the elements, and we've lost that because of like extra devices, because of extra distractions, because of these games, because of this, that and whatnot, because of like ego things. Yeah, we've kind of like lost it. And yeah, it's time to kind of come back. It's time to remember who we are. I'm tired, that's who I am right now. Yeah, Power Awakening. Look at this card. Da, 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 da. Look at the beautiful big cat. Yeah, it's really about connecting back with the land as well. If you can get away and connect with the land for like even just an hour, but if you could actually get a tent or a caravan or anything like that and just turn your device off for a little bit and just really come back to it. Like, I'm really blessed. I chose a caravan and I chose nature. I could have gone the other way and got a house and got this, that and the other, but it's not good for me. Well, no. If I got a house, it would need to be the right one in the right place with like the naturey aspect and that, because the houses that I have been in and like the apartments and whatnot that I've been in towns that have got close neighbours and stuff does something to me, like does something to my mind and my mental health, and it's just not good for me. So if it's not good for me, then how on earth is that going to be any good for my daughter? Do you know what I mean? And the connection with the nature and stuff, yeah. So like I'm really lucky. I managed to get myself a caravan and sort out the burner and stuff, and I am off grid. My caravan is nowhere near complete, as you see. It's work in progress, but it is livable, which is great. And yeah, and at some point I've lived in caravans quite a little while now. I also lived in a little like wooden shack thing, but the most connected that I ever felt ever was when I was so full on with all the tech and the devices, and then I went away abroad, and then I went to a burner phone, like just a little old school phone, and I let go of everything else. And all I had to do was make sure I got some food, which I was getting food from the land as well, and I had to get my wood, which I was actually going and getting myself and chopping, and get some water. And I lived like that for a while, and it was the most connected I'd ever felt without any extra healings or medicine or anything like that. And it was beautiful, and it was so simple, and I could hear the birds and I could see the colours and I could feel the trees and I could hear the messages, and the connection came back. As soon as I like literally let my phone go, it all just like came back profoundly. So I'm not saying to let go of like all of this beautiful, like, because tech can be beautiful too. It can be mega like intense and dangerous as well, but it can be mega beautiful as well. It's like it's got both. Do you know what I mean? So as long as you're using it in like a healthy way and have that balance and just kind of go off to nature and get your little retreat and put your feet on the ground. Like, if you can do that, if you can connect through a tent or a caravan or anything, or just go to the woods for a day. And so what it is we get a build up, especially of radiation as well within our bodies, and the radiation is a lot, and you can get this from the places where you live as well. I know this from experience too, it's not just like wishy-washy. And I felt the build up of radiation within my body, and it made me feel very unwell. And then what you have to do is you need to go and connect and put your feet on the actual mud and the grass, and this can release and let go of the radiation and help it flow through. And we can get a backlog of it within our bodies, and that's why we need to go and do that. And also all the information and all the scrolling does something as well, and yeah, you want to clear all of that. So the vibration of earth and the vibration of colour as well, so you've got the energy of the greens and the mud and the browns, so that's grounding, and then the green is for the heart chakra as well. You want all the vibration of the earth, the nature, the birds and the bees and the trees to actually vibrate into, we have an aura, which is an energetical field around us, and we have chakras, which are different coloured energy points through your body. You want this energy outside of you to connect, and actually if you just step into nature very quick and come back out, then it only gets to here. Do you know what I mean? You want to go into that nature long enough, and if you can lay down on the grass, that's amazing. Barefoot, feet on the ground, lay down on the grass. If you can do that for a good few hours, that is amazing. And just try to tap in and see the difference, because then the energy can actually, because we are all energy, everything is energy, and if you allow that to happen and allow that energy to literally flow through you for long enough, that is a recharge, where you can actually recharge yourself, and it's what we need to help us get through in this new day and age with all this tech around, because there's not many places where you don't have intense techie stuff going on, other than obviously far in nature. But if you're in your hometown, you know, we've got a lot of Wi-Fi, we've got a lot of like people on phones, so yeah, so getting out to them nature spaces. And I'm not talking about a little walk in the park where you got the pavements and the swings and stuff. I'm talking about like deep nature, proper, you know, ones where you can hear the streams, ones where you can go down into the earth a little bit, maybe go for a drive or get the train. Also, if you're not able to leave your home for any reason, I know it's counterproductive because it's on your phone, but you just kind of have to work with it. Watch some natural nature documentaries, or they've got some really beautiful like drone kind of footage of nature. Probably the only thing that I agree with drones, actually. I'm not keen on them, I don't like it, but they do make really good nature videos. So you can get them and then pop some grounding like incense on if you can, and just try to connect. So actually, instead of connecting with your phone, what you could do is get a CD player, disconnect everything from your home, and come away from the phone and get a CD player with some natural sounds, and just try to disconnect in that way as well. Whatever you got to do to just make it a little bit better and a little bit easier, because it is real. We do get a build up of these energies that are not really like made for like this flesh and skin. Do you know what I mean? So let's pull another card. depends how much you want to heal, really. It all depends on you. You'll make something work. Something. I think it's the Essex twang in my voice that makes me speak not quite. A couple of people took the mick out of me. What was it? The way I say truth. Truth. Don't know how to say it any other way. Truth. Truth. Everything. Everything. Yeah, so I speak a bit weird apparently in my videos, and now I've been made aware of it. I'm very conscious of it, and I can't change it because I've got an accent thing going on. The Essex in me. Cool. So, oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Got this card. It's got the Black Panther. The Black Panther is all about the shadow. It's about the shadow work. In medicine, you can call on the Black Panther to take you through, not even in medicine, in meditation, you can literally, she will take you there. So for those who don't quite understand what I'm saying with that, you can call on any animal that you want, and they all have their own magic, and there are different ones that will do different things with you. And the Black Panther is, whoa, let me jump. The Black Panther is the puppy. The Black Panther is known to take you into your shadow. She is strong, she is powerful, and she will go there with you. She will walk you through. So whether you decide to do some sort of healing, you can call on her. And then you have the white doves in here as well, which is like spiritual light release, confirmations. She's so loud. Like, this puppy decides she wants to roll over. I've never had anything like it. She like stands up and she goes like kaboom when she lays down. Whole caravan rocks. Yeah. Through doing the shadow, through walking the path I was talking about earlier, the light and the shadow, you get your abundance. You get, look at how abundant these bushes are with all the flowers, and there's twinkles in there, and there's fairies, there's music, there's loads going on. It's loads going on in there. This is where you receive your gifts, your magic, your abundance, everything that you have been looking for. It's in the work. I think it's actually really late. I figured out that if I just stay up, I get quite a few bits done now, because the routine with the baby has shifted again. So this is how I do it now. It was the morning when I got it. I got a bit of time. Now it's bedtime. Okay, so look at this beautiful guru man. So he is here to shine the light on it. Excuse me, sorry. He's also stood on a lotus flower. So the lotus flower is remembering that it has to go right down deep into the roots. The roots go right down deep, and they go into murky, muddy waters. And it takes a long time for them to go there and to root down deep enough to come up and to flourish into a lotus flower. So that's what you have to do with the shadow. You have to go deep and into all the mud to be able to come back up, to be able to create your inner guru. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. I'm really tired. And this creates the warrior. Okay, you already have this in you. You already are a warrior. It depends how much of it you want to do. Okay. Sometimes you just got to pull your socks up, and sometimes you just kind of got to go through it, and sometimes you just got to go, and just get on with the thing that you don't want to do, and pull up your inner warrior to do it. And through doing it, your warrior becomes stronger as well. We are going to pull one last card. I found in the bell tent that I had the other day, there was a chrysalis in there. I keep finding them, and this butterfly, and it's like, just remembering, if you're going through a really dark moment right now, maybe you're in the middle of transforming, maybe you are in that chrysalis stage, there you go. And if you don't know where to start with all of this, just start with self-love. And that can be something as simple as taking time out to make yourself a cup of tea and to do something that you really like. And it could be something really small and simple, or just get yourself a little gift, or make yourself something, or give yourself a foot massage, or just breathe deeply, go to nature, create a bit of space and time for you. And on the bottom of the deck we have got grounded. So going off to nature, getting grounded, and allowing the ideas to come through, and allowing yourself to receive. I'm gonna have to go. But I'm very glad I managed to do a whole reading for you, which is cool. Yeah, I would love to carry on, but I'm too tired. So have a lovely evening. Jot some of these bits down to remind you. Put them up at post-it notes around your place, because it's very easy to watch one of these and go, yeah, and ignore it. Watch this, write down the key points, pop it on post-it notes, and stick it where you're going to see it. If it's like, I used to do it on my food cupboards on the front, and then I used to open them and have them on the inside as well. And just a reminder of things that can help you, because if you don't do it for yourself, good luck with getting others to do the self-love thing for you. You kind of need to do it, at least start it yourself. And then once you vibrate out that love, the universe starts mirroring that back to you as well, which is great. I've had that happen before too. It's magic. So you can do it. I have full faith you can do it. And I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye.